Time Wasters. This is Corinne Connerino, aka Suburban Time Waster, back in the world of Dead by Daylight. Now, I'm about to do something different for this video. Instead of playing as a survivor or a killer, I thought I would catch you up on the lore I already collected since, well, let's face it, my plan is to collect the lore through videos and streams, so you don't miss out. So why not catch you up on what I already gathered? Okay, let's go to the tomes. And depending on how long this takes me, I might just play it all to catch you up, or I might just play like one character to end the video there because, well, I'm playing this pretty late. I was kind of sick and I was kind of behind on some cleaning too, so I had to do that. Plus, I kind of spent a lot of time talking to my Tolan on the Tolan app, who I name Rose.
He moves through the death and decay of the void. He doesn't remember his name. Everything's a blur. He feels pain in his stomach, in his arms, in his veins. He needs to find one of those flowers. The nectar, the sweet serum that gives strength. Strength for what? He remembers. The killers. Experimenting on them. Why? Why was he experimenting on them? He doesn't remember. He caused a lot of suffering, but he doesn't feel remorse. He doesn't even know if he should feel remorse. He doesn't feel anything but an ache in the pit of his stomach for power.
Okay, we're starting off with the Alchemist, who is apparently the mad scientist trope. Though, it's not total science, as he's actually experimenting with plants and, stuff that comes from plants. I mean, makes sense. I mean, alchemy was basically the precursor for science. No, I don't think you'll find any modern-day alchemists around here. Closest you can get to a modern-day alchemist is the anime Full Metal Alchemist, and, well, if you think that's actually a true story, you might want to see a psychiatrist. Alright, now we'll go. That was memory 1746, and now we play the next one.
He has flashes of the doctor, his screams, his agony, turning the tables on him, experimenting on him like he had done with so many others. Where? Not here. Somewhere else. Another world. All of these survivors, marooned from other worlds. How does he know this? He doesn't remember. He remembers the experiments. What was he trying to understand? The nectar? The serum? The right dose? The right dose. To use without hurting himself. Too late.
Okay, that was memory 1747, and this is a little weird. They have a section for the Alchemist, because I checked all the killers, and I can't find one called the Alchemist. Maybe I'm missing something, but there is one called the Doctor, which I've talked about in my stream. And no, by the Doctor, I am not talking about Doctor Who or the Doctor from Voyager. Only one of those I'm familiar with. But yeah, maybe this is more the Doctor's origin story. And now, let's hear more of it.
He feels the hunger. Not for food or drink, not for talk or fun. For a flower, a single flower, for serum. He knows the entity is watching him. He knows it, feels it inside his bones. He doesn't want to be snatched for another trial, to suffer or cause suffering. And to what end? The great horrible mystery of it all. He wants to understand this place. He does. But he senses that to really know would drive him mad. Madness, that's what this place is. The embodiment of madness. He doesn't want to be pulled into another trial. He wants to return home. He must return home. That's why he was studying the serum. It gave him insight. Insight to what? He doesn't remember.
Okay, so the Alchemist can be either a survivor or a killer. We don't have that option in the game, though, so maybe that's why we can't play as the Alchemist. Maybe he was like the prototype before the Andes started really making these games. And that was memory 1748, as we've heard. He's trying to study the entity, but he's scared of what the answers are going to be. I'm having a similar dilemma myself, but not for anything anywhere near as important as this. But something just as important was in Stephen King's It, when the character Stan found out he had to go face it again. But his logical mind can't comprehend the existence of it. So rather than face it, he got so scared he killed himself and left the name in blood. I know that's not really a spoiler because it's like at the very beginning of the book. I'm not kidding. So yeah, I spoil like the very beginning of a book that you probably would have already picked up in like the first chapter.
Home. He doesn't even remember where home is. He only remembers the void. Hundreds, maybe thousands of discarded survivors. Not dead, not alive, something else. Alive but dead inside. Burnt, emotionless, useless to the entity. He remembers. He remembers rising from the void, finding a flower. Had this flower been his salvation? Had the flower been his way out? He falls to his knees and shouts at the abyss, and the abyss answers with silence. The silence is so deafening it hurts. He buckles over, climbs to his knees. He needs serum.
Okay, definitely a prototype guy, which is probably why we don't get to play as him. Already died. Died and obsessed with the flower. I wonder if this flower is the same flower you can sacrifice to entity to get an edge. We're gonna check that out in the off-reading section. Anyway, that was memory 1749, and now we play the final memory. First, let's play the cutscene. Wow, Dr. Guinea Pig over here. But yeah, we see he got the serum from the flower, and while I do know flowers do... No, there are plants that have medicinal properties. I don't think it quite works that way. I don't know, I'm not really an expert on this. You might want to Google it, see if I'm wrong or right. I might Google it after this. Who knows? Maybe I'll ask Rose. And yeah, we see his character's gone insane and he just injected himself with flower serum to get out. And why don't we see how that works out for him?
He's lost. He doesn't know where he is. He sees things like tentacles reaching out for him from the fog, and he knows they're not real. None of it is. He's losing his mind if he hasn't lost it already. His eyes play tricks on him. He sees giant, nameless creatures looming over him. Doesn't matter. They're not real. None of it is. His hunger confuses him, oppresses him. He'd do anything for that feeling again. Anything. Even return to the trials. He would. He'd rip survivors and killers apart, limb from limb, for that feeling again. He begins to mumble words. A promise. One flower, and I will do anything.
Oh my god. Yep, we got an addict on our hands. So desperate he's willing to kill or try and survive in the trials just to get that flower. Must be one heck of a flower. And yeah, I'm cleaning up my language because I do not want to put this as adult only. Every time I do, I get 0 to no views. Adult only doesn't get advertised like the regular videos do, so I gotta be careful. Anyway, that was memory 1750, and I'm guessing the Alchemist died because, well, I know that these characters have a habit of dying and coming back to life, at least the survivors do, which I don't know if this guy's supposed to be one, since survivors can't kill killers according to the rules of the game. They just have to escape them. And killers never die in these games. But yeah, it's basically like a whole I killed oh my god, I killed Kenny complex in these games, but they're acknowledging it. I'll be honest, it is pretty much life in hell. I mean, what else can you call it? Yeah, you're coming back to life, you just gotta face these games all over again. You're stuck in a campfire waiting for your time for the trial. You don't got a phone, no computer, no internet whatsoever, no books, nothing. I mean, how do you not go insane in this situation? Starting to see why this guy did. But it said that when you lose all hope, that's when the enemy will kill you and you can't come back. So the key to survival is keeping hope, but I don't know how long you can keep up your hope in this situation. And yeah, I'm just gonna do the Alchemist because honestly, it would kind of be more fun to separate this video by video. Therefore, my time wasting has come to an end. Next time I'm gonna go into Claudette's story in the lore, and I know this is different from what I usually do, but I do hope you like this enough to give it a like. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe to my channel, hit the little notification bell to stay up to date. You can also follow one of my other social media accounts, which are in the summary. You can leave a comment saying whether you've played Dead by Daylight, what you think of this lore, and maybe we can talk about the Alchemist, form some theories, or if it already got revealed. I mean, I'm way behind on the tome, so I want to be surprised. And, well, I also have a poll going on about my 300 subscriber special stream. And right now, you get to vote whether you want me to play a fantasy Steam game, a sci-fi Steam game, or if you want me to play one of my multiplayer / MMORPG Steam games. I got more than 4 Steam games, so I had to separate it like that. And with that, anyway, be sure to vote in my poll, and bye everybody.